today I've got a mail day for you live from not at the National. I've got a heck of a lot of FOMO for all you guys over there, but just thought I'd have a bit of fun, tease you with that thumbnail, and go through 5 or 6 cards that I picked up over the last few months that I had shipped to me in order to quench that FOMO thirst, because, you know, I can't go to the National, it's too expensive, but I'm keen to hear what you guys have to say about what I've picked up. Now, straight off the bat, this is from a Ship My Cards mail day, like I sort of said in the intro. It's only a couple of things. But the first thing is this Topps Lord of the Rings Return of the King Collector's Update Edition. You can sort of see I've already actually ripped open the box, so I stuffed up my recording. You guys will see that after this one. In that video, I talk about it probably being before this one, but it is what it is. A pretty cool set from Topps, and I got some pretty cool cards in there that I'll show you in that box rip if you guys are keen. This came out in 2003 and essentially came out after the film. So what Topps did for each of these releases was released one before the films that had a stack of autos to get in them, then released an update edition after the films with more of the checklist. So I think, you know, the initial release had like 80 cards, and then the update edition had, you know, the next 80 cards in the checklist, plus some pretty cool memorabilia cards from the film that, you know, pieces of the actors, you know, clothing was actually made from, plus a few exclusive autographs. And that's a bit of a fun rip. I've been on, you know, a bit of a Lord of the Rings kick lately, so I just thought I'd rip that open and have some fun. It was 36 packs, so I got boring very quickly, but, you know, the cards do look pretty cool, and they are going to go in a binder. And the next pickup, and there's only 3 more after this one, is this Leonardo Bonucci card from Select 2020 Euro. I've mentioned a few times on the channel that I'm sort of desperately chasing these cards, any inserts from this set, because Italy won the tournament. I'm Italian, I've said that 100 times now across many videos, but, you know, this was dirt cheap. It's 51 of 60, and I just think these X-Fractors or checkerboards, whatever they're referred to as in Select, I just really slept on. They look fantastic, and, you know, this card was only like 10 bucks shipped or less, if I remember correctly. So it was a no-brainer. It looks pretty cool. It's going to go in a top loader or a, you know, one touch on my shelf, and sort of just have some fun looking at it every day. Another one from the same set is this Emerson Palmieri. It is the gold base, obviously, as you guys can tell. And I think it's 9 of 10. Again, this was dirt cheap. I don't remember what I paid, but it couldn't have been more than, you know, 30 bucks, which is a no-brainer in my opinion. Again, Italy won the tournament, so, you know, the gold cards sort of relate to me wanting to collect them because, you know, gold means win, gold, you know, coming first, all that kind of thing. So I want to try and get all the gold cards, in particular the gold cards from the base set, and put these in a frame, maybe with a plaque that says, you know, they won the tournament, just for a bit of fun. And keeping with that theme, there's another gold card here from the same set. This is Andrea Bellotti. It is the dual relic card. 2 pretty cool pieces of the relic. They're not match worn, but they are player worn, which means really squat. Doesn't really mean much. But again, 3 of 10 and pretty cool to have. So, you know, these ones aren't going to go into that frame that I just alluded to, but they are going to go on the shelf with the other gold cards from that set. But, you know, the one that I'm most excited about, which I think I actually did a bit of a sneak peek a few weeks ago, or maybe months ago, is another card for my Flawless Soccer collection, and it is this Willian Soul of the Game, Chelsea player. He won 2 titles with Chelsea, Brazilian, as you can tell by the image. But it is a piece of game-used boot. It is in a PSA 8 slab, which I don't really care for, but I picked this up for particularly cheap, and I'm, you know, super thrilled to get it because Soul of the Games are so slept on. They are the best insert in Flawless Soccer, in my opinion. It is a 3-color patch, orange, black, and then silver. It looks grey on the photo, but it is silver. But a no-brainer. I think this got sold to me on eBay for like $180 USD, which, you know, might sound steep to some people, but that's a no-brainer. It's a gold card, firstly. There's only 10 of them. A pretty cool 3-color relic. The auto looks good. And he is Brazilian, which typically sells for more, even though he wasn't all that good. But he was really instrumental for a period there of Chelsea. And the sort of thing that I want to reiterate that I've talked to, you know, many times about Flawless Soccer is, you know, soul of the game, guys. You know, what do soccer players do for a living? They kick a ball around, which means they play with their feet. This is a piece of a match-worn boot relic for this guy. So he more than likely wore that in a match he was playing for Chelsea, which is, you know, amazing. And the cool thing is it's the same boot that he's wearing in the image. And I just thought that was a no-brainer. You know, you look at Soul of the Games in basketball, sneakers, all that kind of thing. People don't really go for them. But for soccer, they play with their feet. I cannot emphasize that enough. They play with their feet, guys. It's a tool of their trade, and I just think that's super awesome and just goes to my Soul of the Game collection. And I'm doing a bit of a, you know, recalibration now with my Flawless Soccer cards, like I've talked to recently. I'm trying to sell off a couple of the gold cards. Initially, I was just trying to chase gold for everything Chelsea or Italy related, but now I'm cutting back. It's basically going to be any Flawless Soul of the Game I can find, and then any gold card or better that has, you know, a Chelsea emblem within it. So typically it's a bit hard to find in the golds. I've got a couple of them. But what that means for me is some of these golds that I have of the nameplates and stuff will be for sale. I'm just going to put the money towards finding, you know, the emeralds, which typically have a piece of the Chelsea badge, or even the blacks, which are pretty cool and have the Adidas logo. And yes, Americans, I said that wrong, but it is what it is. Anyway, PSA 8, which I think is the reason why this thing sold so cheap, which just talks to where the hobby is, guys, right? Because who cares what that number says on the slab? There are only 10 of these cards, right? 10 gold ones out there. They only made Flawless Soccer for 1 year, and you're going to let a PSA 8 mean you don't pay more for it. It's a super thick card stock. Who gives a shit? Anyway, I'm rambling. I hope you like the video. Let me know, you know, how the National is going if you are there. And, you know, I'm sort of keen to see you guys in the next one. Stay tuned because that Lord of the Rings box rip is coming. And I'm keen to hear what you guys have to say on that one. So I'll see you next time, and cheers.